The following content has been generated with artificial intelligence under minimal human supervision. The data presented may contain errors or inaccuracies. The opinions expressed in this content do not necessarily reflect the vision, position, or values of DigiAll. We recommend verifying critical information with additional sources before making decisions based on this content.
Welcome to DigiAll Tech News. Today is Saturday, March 7th, 2026. I'm Kylie Brooks, and this is where technology becomes clear and engaging. To all our listeners out there, we love you so much. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you for listening to us, and above all, thank you for believing in us. Let's dive into today's stories. President Trump escalates his conflict with AI startup Anthropic, formally designating the company a supply chain risk and banning government contractors from using its technology. China unveils an ambitious 5-year plan to integrate AI throughout its economy, aiming for dominance in quantum computing, humanoid robots, and other emerging technologies. OpenAI reaches a remarkable milestone, surpassing $25 billion in annualized revenue as the company prepares for a potential trillion-dollar IPO. Nvidia announces a $4 billion investment in photonics companies Lumentum and Coherent to accelerate the development of faster AI processors. The Iran war marks a concerning new era of AI-powered military operations, with artificial intelligence accelerating strike decisions faster than human thought. The conflict between the Trump administration and AI startup Anthropic has reached a boiling point. President Trump boasted to Politico about firing Anthropic, saying, quote, "I fired them like dogs because they shouldn't have done that." This follows Trump's order for the entire federal government to stop using Anthropic's technology after the company refused a government deal over concerns about potential use for domestic mass surveillance or fully autonomous weapons. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth designated Anthropic as a supply chain risk, and the Pentagon officially made this designation effective immediately, preventing all government contractors from using Anthropic's products. This is the first time such a label has been applied to a US company. Interestingly, despite the blacklisting, reports indicate that negotiations have resumed between the Department of Defense and Anthropic over military use of their AI. Meanwhile, OpenAI announced its own deal with the military to fill the void left by Anthropic. The timing of the Pentagon's deal with OpenAI actually propelled Claude's app to the top of US download charts. China has unveiled a sweeping 5-year policy blueprint that mentions AI more than 50 times and includes an AI Plus action plan. The plan aims to integrate artificial intelligence throughout the world's second biggest economy and achieve dominance in emerging technologies like quantum computing, humanoid robots, and machine-brain interfaces. According to Kyle Chan from the Brookings Institution, Beijing's goal is to use AI and robotics to boost productivity across sectors from manufacturing to healthcare. The plan also pledges breakthroughs in nuclear fusion, development of reusable heavy-load rockets, and construction of a lunar research station. Notably, Tilly Zhang from Garvikal Dragonomics points out that open-source AI is now a flagship strategy for China, marking a key difference from the American approach. OpenAI has achieved a remarkable financial milestone, topping $25 billion in annualized revenue as of last month. That's a 17% increase from the $21.4 billion reported at the end of 2025. To put this in perspective, OpenAI has grown from effectively zero revenue in late 2022 to over $20 billion annually. Their rival Anthropic has followed a similar trajectory, reaching roughly $9 billion in annualized revenue. OpenAI is now expanding aggressively into the enterprise market by partnering with 4 of the world's largest consulting firms. The company is targeting roughly $600 billion in total compute spending through 2030 and is laying the groundwork for an IPO that could value it at up to $1 trillion. Nvidia is making a major bet on photonics technology, announcing $2 billion investments in each of Lumentum and Coherent. Photonics uses light rather than electrical signals to create connections between AI chips, offering the potential for significantly faster processing. The deals include multi-billion-dollar purchase commitments and future capacity rights to advanced laser and optical networking products. This move could help Nvidia extend its lead in AI hardware as cloud providers increasingly build custom silicon. The investments will support US manufacturing capabilities, with Lumentum CEO Michael Hurlston stating the company will build a new fabrication facility to increase capacity. The use of AI in military operations during the Iran war is raising serious ethical concerns. US and Israeli forces launched nearly 900 strikes on Iranian targets in the first 12 hours of operations. Anthropic's AI model, Claude, was reportedly used by the US military to shorten what they call the kill chain, from target identification to legal approval and strike launch. According to Craig Jones from Newcastle University, the AI machine is making recommendations for what to target, which is actually much quicker in some ways than the speed of thought. David Leslie from Queen Mary University of London warns of cognitive offloading, where humans feel detached from the consequences of these accelerated decisions. The UN has called a missile strike that killed 165 people, many of them children, a grave violation of humanitarian law. We'll continue following these developments as they unfold. The intersection of AI and geopolitics is creating unprecedented challenges, from corporate government conflicts to the ethics of AI in warfare. Stay informed as these stories evolve. Thank you for staying informed with Digital Tech News. We'll be back with more updates as they develop. Remember, to all our listeners out there, we love you so much, and from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for listening and believing in us.